Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. This is the chairman of the People's Right Advocative Platform, Capo Daniel. If you are watching me today on our YouTube channel and on other social media platform, I want to congratulate you. It means that you are a very smart person. The PRAP platform is the fastest growing platform. We have seen tremendous increase with our viewership. We are currently the fastest growing Ambazonian network, according to Google's analysis based on WhatsApp communication and transmission and sharing of our messages, and on Facebook and on YouTube. We receive at least close to 1 million people listening to our message of yesterday within 30 minutes of the publication of that messages. This is a vote of trust. This is credibility. This have reinforced what we already know. And our subscriber have increased tremendously. This means that our people are not just actively listening, but they are being engaged properly. We know that our people do no longer use social media to express themselves due to bully tactics by hardliners and also the intimidation from the Cameroon propagandist network of Konda titles. So there are two things I want to discuss with our people today in this our daily brief. Number one is that we have received a lot of interest coming from community groups, teachers union, many other groups, including schools, ex-students association. Many other of our people wants to join the Canadian process. And we want to let our people know that we are expanding this process. The initial stages of our campaign include only separatist group, only people who have championed this cause, groups that have championed this cause, personalities that have championed and dedicated their life to this cause. We are bringing them together to take the lead. They have to take the leadership in coming up with this common position. And I want to encourage our people that an All Anglophone conference will come up later on. We have to have a concrete position from the separatists, us, the separatists who have been championing the cause to fight for separation in Cameroon. We have to get that done first. When that is done, we are going to be submitting that offer after we go to the United Nations and have specific endorsement, which we have already secured for some countries in principle, because that document is not yet ready. Our people wants to know the concept. I think the vice chair of PRAP have published on our website updated messages concerning our vision. So I want our people to be assured of that. Let me first brief you people what has happened in Ground Zero. Yesterday, we have lost a very big general in Ground Zero. A lot of you people know about CP, who was a general in Tiben. He's a very important camp for people who are not involved in self-defense. If you know how we governize and how we carry out attacks and operation in Ambazonian struggle, you know the importance of Tiben. So the general who is there, General Jackson, was killed yesterday, ambushed where he lives by the Cameroon military. That is really unfortunate, but there is a war going on and we must understand that. Also, the camp of ADF of Sumanguro, he was attacked. He ran away to Ika. I think he's in Gi, that area in Gi. These are information that are available out there for everybody who is involved in self-defense. So it highlights the disconnect between the hardline policies that some of our groups have taken and groups that are currently engaged in this process are well kept, and the cessation of hostility that exists, which is unannounced by many forces who are engaged in this process, are holding. So we call on our people to have hope, and I want to remind them about two things. When Yakubu Gowon, who was the military leader of Nigeria, signed a peace deal with the leader of the Biafran war in Emeka Ochukwu, when Emeka Ochukwu decided to sign that peace deal with Nigerian government, it was because, according to his biography, he saw the suffering of his people. It was unbearable, and it was to self-preserve the Biafran nature without getting into a total loss scenario, which was something they were creeping towards. To avert a total loss, Ojukwu and Yakubu Gowon, they signed a peace deal that ends the war and the suffering of the Biafran people. As a consequence of that war, the Biafran, or the eastern region, was divided into two, almost permanently, and today it's very difficult for the Biafran people to come as one, with the people in the Niger region being different. Compare that with the Northern Ireland, the Good Friday Agreement that was signed, that gave the Northern Ireland self-governance after fighting war. It was a protracted war. The people in Northern Ireland, their leaders, were very opposed by, they call this guy Ansley. He opposed the agreement, they opposed negotiation because they didn't trust the British government. But they went along with it, they did not sabotage it. And that agreement succeeded. In South Africa, Nelson Mandela negotiation with the apartheid government was opposed by many members who were very, very hardcore anti-apartheid. They didn't trust the apartheid regime. Nevertheless, they gave that peace a chance, and South Africa have been set up to prosper and evaded calamity that could have before that nation if they went to a path of confrontation with the white people who have power. We Anglophones must come to that realization that it will not benefit us if we just go with full confrontation with our Francophone counterpart. It will be counterproductive. Calamity will befall our people. Today we see the effect of the dogs of war on both sides. It is our interest to stop the dogs of war and those who benefit from this war. Those who are benefiting from this war are the Leviathans. Leviathans are the most wicked of evil spirits. You see what is going on in our struggle. See how Ayabacho became so radical and so extreme. What was pushing him was the process that we started 1 year, 9 months ago. He was seeing me having meetings with top diplomats while he was being ignored. His reaction was to become radical and even cross the line. It didn't work out for him well. Those who are opposing this conference and this alternative means to self-determination are also taking certain harsh stance. We are more motivated to carry out operations just to make a point to affect diplomacy without necessarily being capable of providing any alternative solution to our people. I'm advising all Amazonian leaders and stakeholders to come around and realize the gravity and the importance of this process that have been engaged as a result of PRAP's position to strategically drop the demand for independence and use another route because they say there are many ways to Rome. We should know that this is for self-preservation. The decision we have taken is for self-preservation and to give our people a chance. There will be consequences of this war, whether we like it or not. There will be some lingering insecurities that may linger on. But once an agreement has been reached, we are very sure that the legitimacy of those who are carrying guns will end. Just like in Northern Ireland, where paramilitaries and fighters were released and the people of Northern Ireland have their own government, their own flag. Those who were hardcore have disappeared into history. But those who are wise and stand for the right of the people will make history with us. It is time to seek for a new social contract. We Anglophones, we must stop engaging in partisan politics. We will never become president in Cameroon the way it is. We must adjust our people to be able to go in for a social contract that gives our people self-governance in our own land. And we must also learn that eventually we will have an All Anglophone conference where we have this paper and our people engage in this paper and the light of a new social contract, and to reassure the powers in Cameroon that the the All Anglophone conference that precedes the coming one, where implied threats were made that have heightened the fear within the power circles of the France-Afrique and the Bulu Beti clan that rules Cameroon, including the Nordis of our secession tendency. We need to know that we have to reverse that fear and reassure Cameroon that we, the Anglophones, we are patriot. We do not seek to separate Cameroon for ideological reasons alone. We seek to be with Cameroon in a formula that is legal and was promised to us when we joined this union. The Southern Cameroon territory have the right to expect to be self-governing or independent, which was the choice that the United Nations guarantees us, which we deserve. Today we are not self-governance. We don't feel one with the Francophones in Cameroon. We deserve to have the latter. Cameroon should not be afraid of us, but it is our duty to reassure through an All Anglophone conference ultimately that we agree on certain principles. We agree on certain facts in our history. We establish these facts as a common position that is embraced by all of our people and end the debate about us Anglophone rejecting being Cameroonians. We must reassure the Cameroonians, and we must also take a position that give our people back self-governance. We deserve that. But we must know that the fear within the regime, within the France-Afrique system, is well-founded. It is also, for our side, justified, given the illegality on how the form of the state was changed and how our leaders and our people have been ignored and mistreated, discriminated, and assimilated, tried to be assimilated, which have failed. Now that we all agree that the assimilation have failed, we all now have a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to write our own history. We should draw inspiration from people who have fought segregation in America, Malcolm X, and fought against apartheid in South Africa, Nelson Mandela. Look at the examples of how people compromise to end war, especially when their people are the ones suffering, and come up with our own unique solution, which we in PRAP have formed the basis and the campaign on. Our people are hopeful, and we want to reassure them that we are on track. We will not let you down. We will fight and fight until we win the peace. We have to win the peace and end this war of shame and put to bed all the dogs of war. All the dogs of war must have to come to an end. This is why we are fighting, and we continue to engage our people and ask everybody to come on board. Come on board while you can. The train have left the station already. It is not going back. It is going forward. But those who are left walking along the road can still jump and hold our hands and come into the train. And let's make it better. Let's make it better. But this is it. This is the last train, by the way. So God bless you all. We ask our soldiers on ground zero to be disciplined, put their gun on their chest, and embrace cessation of hostility. It is real. It is working. And we don't want to lose our boys for nothing. There is time for everything. There is time for fighting. There is time to stop fighting. The legitimacy of the fighting is no longer holding. It has cracked and it has collapsed. We have demonstrated pride in 1st of October. We have shown La Republic what we can do. Now it is time to talk. It is not time to fight. It is time to stop to talk. The only people who are benefiting from the fighting are the Leviathans who are preying on our people on both sides. Do not be a party of this group of people. People who kill and justify the death of our people. People who justify kidnapping of our own. That is not what we sign up for. And we will fight the dogs of war on both sides. Aggressively, we will. And we have seen the the Cameroon government adjust to this reality to also take that war to them. They are scared, and they should be scared. God bless you.